mean it. Don't go.
What do you need me for? I mean, you have all the answers.
I can't take those meds anymore. You know, it's like having a head full of smoke.
The meds don't do anything to your head.
I'm telling you, I can't focus when I'm on them.
Then focus on this. You want to risk your life, go ahead. But you can't make me watch.
Save this one for last. It's arson according to the fire inspector. The warehouse belonging to Vincent Jones was torched. Turpentine was the accelerant. The guy working for Vincent Jones died on the fire.
Any progress?
I like Vincent Jones for it. So far, I haven't been able to put him there.
Vincent Jones, now, isn't he the guy that was your brother's fight manager, wasn't he? And then he set him up?
Yeah, he's claiming that I'm dragging my feet on the case because of Christian.
Are you?
No, I want to find out who's responsible so that I could clear my brother's name.
Yes.
Commissioner,
What can I do for you, Talia?
Jones is here.
Speak of the devil.
He's lawyered up.
Well, please show him in.
Mr. Jones, Mr. Connolly, please.
Hey, Commissioner. This is my lawyer, Aaron Connolly.
I'm Bob Buchanan.
I know who you are, Commissioner.
This is Detective Vega. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, I wasn't getting any answers on what happened to my warehouse, so I put the word out on my own pipeline.
What kind of information did you get from this little pipeline of yours?
Information that makes your brother's alibi look a little shaky.
Excuse me.
Christian, what are you doing here?
I came to make a statement.
Don't you mean confession?
So you're jealous of Brittany?
No, my mom and dad get jealous. I do not.
Okay, good to know.
But just for the record, I mean, hypothetically, if you were jealous, you shouldn't be. Because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, Brittany was upset, and I kind of let her hug me. I mean, I didn't want to, trust me. It was not fun. And I couldn't just walk away from her when she was upset. I'm not that big of a jerk. So, if you're not jealous, then what are you?
Brian? Is it Blair? How is she?
I just spoke to her cardiologist. It doesn't look good. She seems to be slipping away.
How could this happen? We heard she's going to be all right.
It's myocarditis. It just came out of nowhere. They don't know how to treat it, and... Oh, Star and Jack, they just need her so much.
Is there anything at all we can do?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Why don't you talk to that brother of yours? Talk some sense into him so those children don't end up orphans.
This is just so classic. The only man in the world that fate sends to rescue you, and it just happens to be the same man that you sent to prison. I mean, it just goes beyond irony.
God, just walk away, because there's no...
No, that's not going to happen, Marty. You're not going anywhere, Spencer.
Are you going to force me to kill her right here and now, Don?
As long as you don't leave, what do I care?
What's this about a statement?
Christian?
Hello, Aaron.
Evangeline.
I assume you're here with the same information we have.
Well, we know Mr. Vega here has 20 minutes he can't account for on the night of the fire.
Which is what I came here to tell you. I forgot I ran out for art supplies.
Forgot?
I was working on a painting in Angel Square. Store window. I was on a deadline and I ran out of some colors, so I went to the store.
For 20 minutes. During the precise time frame when police and fire investigators say the warehouse fire started.
If Christian had anything to do with the fire, do you honestly think I would bring him in here to talk to you?
I don't know, Counselor. I hear you're a prosecutor now. And the two of you seem to be intimately involved. Maybe you've gone soft.
Christian, is there anybody at that art store that can vouch for you?
Yes, Commissioner.
Excuse me. We checked.
20 minutes. For 2 tubes of paint. You still have time to set that fire.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Mr. Jones, one more comment out of you like that, and you and your attorney will be standing out in the hall. Talia, would you please call this art store, see if they can give you a corroboration?
Already done.
What?
I spoke with the clerk. Mr. Vega bought 2 tubes of paint and a can of paint thinner, otherwise known as turpentine. Copy of the receipt. Timestamp in the corner.
You know what to do?
I did the police department a favor. I'd like one in return. Stop making my client the scapegoat in this case. Put the blame where it belongs.
I'm an idiot.
Hey, come on, stop saying that.
No, really, I am. I completely overreacted. I'm all screwed up. My mom is in the hospital, and I don't know whether she's going to get better or not. My dad is acting like a complete nut job, and the only thing that I know for sure is that I like you. And I needed to let you know that. Because I can't remember the last time that I told my mom that I loved her. And I might never get the chance to again. And I didn't want to lose my chance with you.
Yeah, I'm sure your mom knows that you love her. But, maybe it would help if you told her again, even if she is asleep. And as for the rest of the stuff, I'm glad you told me. Because, although we've been getting along, you're kind of hard to figure out. So, actually, as a matter of fact, I thought I was the one that lost my chance with you.
Look, simply put, I don't know if I can do this without you.
Well, then hire a nurse. Give her grief.
Hey, I know why you're upset. I can't imagine what you went through.
You mean burying you?
I know it was hard. All right, but I went through something too, all right? You got any idea what debriding feels like?
No.
Well, I'll tell you about it someday. Make sure you got an empty stomach. But until then, I'd like you to be in this with me. But for better or worse, I gotta be in charge of my life. Does that make sense?
John, you're not turning down your meds because of what you've been through.
You know me pretty good.
I also know that Spencer's being transferred to Wingdale tonight.
Yeah. A rubber room instead of a prison cell.
So, John, what's the agenda? Are you planning on running to the hospital and taking him hostage?
You hear that, Marty? Todd really doesn't care. You live or die. It's so predictable, Manny.
No.
Oh, my God.
Great.
Yeah, I'm guessing she's going for the cops.
Yeah.
So whether you kill Marty or not, you're probably going to be dead, or we'll go back inside. See what I'm saying, Marty?
Yeah, same with Todd. Just cares about himself.
I would listen to her. She knows me better than most.
Too. Unbelievable. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? You're not nearly as smart as you think you are, Don. Neither one of you are.
You're not getting out of here, Spencer.
Well, here's the thing. I happen to be holding a rather large caliber semi-automatic weapon in my hand, and you're not. What's keeping me from just dropping you both right here and now, and I'll just keep walking? What do you think about that? That's what I thought. You're not willing to sacrifice Dr. Saberg or yourself or anybody for that matter. Now get out of my way. Do it!
is this? You found Todd threatening Spencer with a scalpel?
Was anybody hurt?
No, thank heavens. And I used reverse psychology. Managed to get him to think of someone other than himself, of his children and of Blair.
You know, he's been through an awful lot, but oh my God. I mean, why isn't he by Blair's side? Why does he always react like this?
Well, if you can't understand him, then nobody can.
Look, Dorian, heart conditions can be very dire, and obviously it can still be reversed. I mean, I know.
Blair doesn't have time to wait for a heart donor.
Dorian, is there anything that we can do besides bringing Todd to his senses?
No, I'm afraid not. I suppose I ought to call Addie, but she's so fragile herself.
Look, I know, as a doctor, you know a lot about this situation. But you gotta hang on to some hope.
I'm trying to, but it's getting harder and harder. Seeing her like this. You know, this is all Todd's fault. As usual, he has put everybody he says he loves and cares about in jeopardy.
Dorian, just a minute here.
Oh, my God.
Well, I wasn't expecting this today. Or any day, really.
You weren't expecting to get mauled?
I kind of like that.
Oh.
I mean, well, to figure all this out.
Yes, I'm sure.
Cold?
No.
Well, your hands are freezing.
I should probably go to the hospital and see if my mom is okay, but I want to stay here for a few minutes.
So do I. Better?
Lots. How's that?
Very star-like.
You know what really got me when I believed you were dead? It was the thought that you died when we finally were going to have everything. But now I'm starting to wonder if that was ever true, if I just imagined it.
Look, you're the one that keeps bringing up Truman.
Yes, because I know how much it affected you when the shrink said that Truman wasn't fit to stand trial. In fact, I was even angry at first. But then it broke my heart because I realized that seeing this case through was the only way I was finally going to be able to be close to you. And now I've got you. You're here. You're right here. And I feel like I'm losing you all over again.
That's right, Natalie. I'm right here.
Physically, yes. But all you care about now is revenge. You don't care what that does to us.
You're not losing me, all right? Just because I won't take a handful of medication...
I don't matter anymore, John. Do I? We don't matter. Not really. Hey, there's always going to be somebody you got to rescue. One more thing. And then maybe we'll have time for each other. And I guess I'm just a little sick of waiting. So, you know, want to call the shots? Go ahead. Put you in the ground once, I can do it again. I just don't understand why you're so eager to get there.
You're making unsubstantiated claims against Christian.
Unsubstantiated? That art supply store is right around the corner from the store Mr. Vegas decorated. According to the security tape, his transaction took 3.5 minutes. Now, you both agree that he was gone for 20 minutes. What'd you do with the other 16 and a half minutes, Mr. Baker?
No. Don't say anything, Christian. You know, we came in here to be straightforward and honest, and it appears we've walked into some sort of an ambush.
Everybody's got lapses of memory. Ain't that right, Mr. Jones? And you forgot you had insurance on your warehouse where you stand to make $1 million if you could prove you weren't part of the fire. Now, how does my brother's motive even come close to touching that?
You know you'd do anything to frame me.
My brother's not going to prison again. Not for a crime he didn't commit.
That's right. He has a record.
I was exonerated.
Let's all bring it down a notch.
You get to the bottom of this, or I'll have no choice but to go to the press and claim cover-up.
There is no cover-up.
Christian's getting special treatment because his brother's a cop and his girlfriend's an ADA. And if you're looking for a motive, I got a beauty. Your brother was framed by Mr. Jones, so he decided to turn tables. Only this time the stakes weren't a few dollars and a boxing license. He set that fire, and he killed a man because he was framing my client for murder.
You're not going to make it to the parking lot, Spencer.
It's going to stop me. You? Nobody gets in there right now,
Spencer, you don't want to do
Shut up! Say you do make it out, Spencer. What then? A life on the run? Hold up who knows where? No more lifestyles of the rich and famous, buddy. No more champagne and caviar. No more big shots.
You're such an idiot. You know why? Because all these years you've been living and you still don't even know what the most important thing in life is. You know when I discovered that about you? When I was sleeping with your wife when she told me
all right, that's enough.
You are as a husband.
Listen to me. You want a hostage, you take me. Let her go.
That's weird.
What is?
Well, my dad said that he would call me to tell me how my mom was doing, and he hasn't yet.
You want to go to the hospital?
Well, I'm sure that he would let me know if anything bad happened.
Yeah. I don't want you to go.
Me neither. Do you think we'll have to keep sneaking around?
Because of our parents?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully they'll figure out that there's a lot more things to worry about than you and me going out.
We are?
What?
We're going out?
Well, I mean, to me, we are, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about your parents. I'll figure something out. You want to go to the hospital, don't you? Alright, tell you what, let's go. I'll walk you down there and you can see how your mom's doing and I will see if my mom's still working.
Yeah, but if anybody sees us die together, then we're toast.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Alright, no, let's go. We'll walk in separately and pretend that we met by accident.
Do you think we'll have time to explain all this?
Maybe we can talk to them.
Yeah, well, I can't talk to my mom until she's better.
Okay, so we'll try my mom first.
Oh, our parents are going to freak, not to mention Langston. Do you think I'm worth all this trouble?
Well, my mom always said anything worth having is worth fighting for. And yes, you're worth it.
Wow. Who knew?
Jones, you tell your mouthpiece to knock it off with the threats.
Commissioner, can I speak to you for a minute?
Sure.
I have to make a phone call. Let's go out into the squad room.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Jones. You forgot something. All right, Chris. I need to know what you did with those 60 minutes after you left the art store.
I went for a walk. Trying to convince myself I hadn't lost every ounce of talent I ever had as an artist.
Because Jones made sure that you messed up your hand?
I didn't start that fire, Antonio.
He wouldn't.
I know he wouldn't. Look, I'm going to find someone who saw you taking that walk.
You know, this lawyer of Vincent and Vincent, they're out to get me.
He's a hotshot. He's won a lot of cases, so I need you to stay cool and lay low.
He's right, Christian. Don't engage Vincent or his lawyer. I'm telling you, that man is not kidding when he said he would go to the press. His favorite place is the front page.
All right, you heard Bo, all right? He's not going to be pressured by Vincent and his attorney to arrest you. Damn it, I was supposed to meet Jessica a half hour ago.
Go ahead, man. I'll be okay.
And I'm going to stay on this, all right? I promise.
You all right?
Trying to be.
Got a hostage situation at the hospital.
The Truman?
Yeah, he cold-cocked a guard, got his weapon, and then he took some female employee hostage. I'm going to notify SWAT. I want you to have every available unit sent to the hospital.
Right.
Lock it down. Also, I want a car sent to my father's house. Nobody goes in there.
Anything else?
Yeah. This is Truman's last hurrah. You put the word out. I said if anybody has a clear shot at him, take it. And also, if Detective McBain calls you, starts asking a lot of questions, tell him nothing.
What are you kids doing here?
I want to see my mom.
Forget it. Hospital's in a lockdown. We've got a situation.
It's Spencer Truman, isn't it?
He took one of his doctors hostage.
Who? Come on, man. You have to tell me my mom's one of his doctors.
What do you think about that idea, Dr. Sabra? Huh? No, she wants to come with me. Come on, I would let her go. Come with me.
I'm the one you want to kill.
Think about it. No, I don't think so. You wouldn't make a very valuable hostage, man, and you're completely expendable. Now back off! More! We're going.
Freeze, Truman! Hey, hold on! Hold on! Put him down! Put him down! She's don't throw me! He's psychotic! Put him down! We'll shoot him down! Put him down! Lower your weapon! Don't put him down now!
Follow me, she's dead! I mean it!
Truman's headed for the east stairwell. He's also got the hostage with him.
Second person this week has told me I had a death wish.
Really? Who was the other one?
Shrink who said Truman wasn't fit to stand trial.
Marty Saybrook? The hell with her. John, look at you. You please just, you shouldn't be out of bed.
I hate this.
Which part?
All of it. Oh.
You know, I'd really like to have a heart-to-heart with that do-gooder Shrink Marty. I mean, she's the reason all of this has happened.
If it hadn't been her, Truman's lawyer would have found someone else.
Well, don't you start thinking that you're the only one who could bring him to justice. I mean it, John. Hang on. Hello? Hey, Michael. No, I'm just having a little tiff with your brother. No, what's going on?
What is going on? You need to step back. We have a hostage situation here.
Oh, dear.
Bring on weapon, Truman. Let the woman go.
Anyone makes a move towards me and she's dead. You understand? Anyone makes a move and she's gone. I'll blow her all over the place. You got it?
Mom, no, there's no way out. Get her out of here.
Where's Detective Vega?
He signed out.
I wasn't done talking to him.
Well, I guess he was done talking to you. Oh, excuse me, we've got a situation.
You give Detective Vega a message for me? As soon as I finish the legwork to put his brother in prison, I'll give him a call.
I know you're sure of yourself, but you better be pretty sure of your client if you're going to talk like that.
Hey, Eric. You got my back on this one, right? Because I need somebody on my side.
Vincent, you would have more people on your side if you didn't have such a creative relationship with the truth.
Well, counselor, you're only buying what he's selling is because you're sleeping with the man.
Hey, Christian! Okay, Michael. Yeah, I got it. Thank you. Take care, okay?
What is it?
I don't want to tell you.
Why is that?
Because I know you, and you're just gonna...
Just tell me.
Fine. Spencer stole his guard's gun and knocked him out.
So he's gone.
No. He's in the hospital. He's got a hostage.
I know who it is.
Marty Saybrook.
Just nice and easy now. Everybody, nice and easy, right?
Mom. Oh, I'm fine, okay? Just don't come any closer.
What's your name, kid?
Cole.
Cole. Right, all right. Well, listen to this. Anybody moves, and I mean anybody, any of you guys in blue over there, and young Cole here is going to become an orphan. Got it?
There's no way out from it. Mom! No! Get out of here!
Back off!
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah, that's right. Stay outside. You should listen to her, though. Or are you still the same big man you were back in your college days when you couldn't understand that no means no?
Get folks out of here!
No!
What did you say to me?
I said no. That's my mom in there, man.
Yeah, and it's my dad in there too. I know.
You're not going. We're not going anywhere.
All right, officer. I'll be responsible for these kids. I'll take you to an area that's safe.
Yes, let's
go.
We're going. No. We're going. Star, we're going. We're going.
Oh. This is a nightmare.
What are you doing here?
Well, so we were talking in the sunroom, and then I don't know what was happening, and suddenly the cops come bursting in.
Spencer is holding Marty Saybrook hostage.
I know, and Manning's in there with him. Man, I'm getting real tired of this.
Just back off!
Spence, you didn't make it out, did you?
Not quite clear. In the hallway, Dr. Saybrook and I will be going alone from here on out.
I'm gonna make you a deal.
You more the same old crap, Todd? Take you instead of Marty?
No.
Big hero?
I'm gonna raise the stakes.
Stakes? What stakes?
You let her go, and I'll take the bullet you intended for her.
Oh, that's fantastic, Vega!
Tell your client to watch his mouth.
Well, I didn't do anything.
You're not going to grease the wheels of justice just by making cracks at Christian and Miss Williamson.
Keep a lid on it. Pay the injured party. That guy over there, he just made a very bad move.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Christian, what are you doing? That wasn't very smart.
He can't talk that way about you.
Words don't hurt me, and it's not like he didn't say anything that wasn't true. I am sleeping with you a lot, and I believe you're innocent. But after what you just did in here, all these cops, you probably don't look very innocent in front of them anymore.
I gotta get out of here.
I thought we were going to wait and talk to Bo.
I can't.
Where are you going?
I don't know. I just gotta get out of here.
Boyfriend? Kind of a loose cannon, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he wasn't until your boy over there bought his boxing contract and tried to ruin him.
I never said my client was a nice man.
Your client would be in jail if it wasn't for Christian. After Vincent finally owned up to fixing that fight, it was Christian who lobbied to get him off with community service, okay? So setting fire to a warehouse isn't the MO of a man that would do that.
Excuse me. Offset. You saw what just happened between Mr. Jones and Mr. Vega?
Yeah.
Mr. Vega knocked my client down in the middle of a police squad room? Well, that kind of man would do just about anything. Don't you think?
Make your case in court.
How ironic. She testifies for him. He kidnaps her.
Well, I'm sure Spencer only took Marty because he wants to get out of the hospital. I don't think he's going to. I mean, Michael said the place is swarming with cops. He's stuck now.
So's the hostage.
What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Over Marty Saybrook? I mean, come on, John. I think she's making things
She's not
worse.
to blame. Truman is. She actually helped me.
John.
She's in trouble, Natalie.
please just sit down?
Truman's not gonna let her go, no matter what they promise him.
I'm begging you, John. Don't do this.
Officer, you have to tell us what's going on. You can't.
Hi, Cole. Hi. Are you all right, darling?
Yeah.
Can we go through?
No. We're all gonna stay right here.
I just want to see my mom.
You will, sweetheart, as soon as this crisis has been settled, okay?
I can't believe this. All my mom tried to do is help that freak Truman. God, kill him.
Look, Spencer Truman ruined everything from my mom and dad. Everything.
Honey,
I know
no,
what
he
you're...
did not, okay? They still have you and Jack.
I want to go back there.
No, Cole, you can't. It's obviously not safe. You know, Spencer Truman is a very disturbed man, okay, and he's desperate. Your presence would only make it much more difficult for the police to rescue your mother.
I have to do something for her, you know? She's worked so hard. She went back to school. She worked at the same time. And when my dad died, she took care of me. She didn't let anything happen to me. She made sure that I was all right.
I know.
And you know how I repay her? I take drugs and get kicked off the football team and lose all my chances of getting a scholarship.
I know. Take it easy, okay? This is not the time for recriminations.
Aunt Vicky is right. Besides, we haven't heard any bad news yet.
That's right.
I can't lose her.
Here.
It's okay.
Please, stay back. All right.
What? Clint, what's going on in there?
Oh, they got the damn thing closed off.
And of course, Todd's in the thick of it.
Doreen, I know how upset you are.
I love Blair as if she's my own daughter. And if something happens to her and then Todd gets himself killed, what about those poor children?
Those children will be fine, because they'll have you.
The sniper set up on a terrace across the street. He says he can't get a clear shot right now. All the exits sealed?
All the exits are sealed, sir.
All right, I got a hostage negotiator coming down here. I hate trying to make a deal with that lowlife in there.
Maybe that's what Manny thinks he's doing. Negotiating.
Well, if you're right, God help Marty.
It's a really good deal, Spence. Let her go. And you can use me to get out of here. And once you're away from the cops, you can kill me.
Tell you what, why don't I just shoot you right here and right now and take Marty anyway, huh? Yeah. How do you like that idea, Todd? I like it much better. You know what I am going to do? I'm going to inform these guys out here the boys are blue out there. If I see any blue uniforms, I'm going to floor it.
Let it go, Truman!
Come to a head. All units stand by.
Come on, Spence. It's a really good deal. You love this deal. You know you do.
You're scaring me.
Shut up, both of you.
Spencer, please, you don't want to do this. I have a son.
I have a son, too.
So did I, Todd. What are you going to do about it, huh? Damn it.
You made it no secret how you feel about me, Vega.
It was you, wasn't it? You bet on Abbott and you set me up so I lose that fight.
What are you talking about? Vincent.
Look, let's take this out.
We're not taking this anywhere. We're doing it right here. In front of your girlfriend.
There's my confession. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm yours.
Touch you again, and I'll kill you. You get away with messing with my life, and now you want to mess with the people I care about?
Listen, man, it's not even.
How about if I return the favor, huh? And break every bone in his hand?
You took Ted in the back alley and you kicked his ass. For what? That proves you're violent.
No more proof. How about the accelerant that was used was turpentine? Huh?
The commissioner's not coming back anytime soon, so you might as well go.
Tell him I'll be in touch.
I think he knows that.
Your boyfriend better cool off by the time he gets home.
I think you better worry about yourself. The commissioner said one more thing.
What's that?
He said to tell Christian not to go anywhere. This isn't over. There's nothing you can do at the hospital right now, and you know it.
I can advise. Nobody knows Truman better than I do.
I am sure that Uncle Bill has advised the perimeter to keep you away from there.
I outrank everybody on the perimeter.
You're going, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going.
Cole, don't worry about it. They'll let us know if anything's
I
happening.
can't stand this. I have to make sure she's okay.
Cole! Cole!
Go.
On the next One Life to Live.
Not letting you leave this place.
You think you're gonna stop me? Why bother you so much, Jessica? Why don't you just leave?
What was Todd Manning doing in this room with you and Truman?
How is she?
I think she's going to die.